These are the most embarrassing moments in NFL history, starting with Chris Godwin going number 2 on live TV. Oh no! He literally got the crap knocked out of him. That's nasty, but it's not a tragic version of Forrest Gump like Daniel Jones.
Well, Jones keeps, gets a block, takes off, and he is gone. Trying to stay upright, and he trips.
From tragic to whatever this is. Usually, when you score a touchdown, it's your time to whip out your signature dance. Justin Jefferson is mostly known for doing the gritty. This dance was so popular that everyone wanted to do it, even Mike Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki!
My guy, what the hell was that? That's not the gritty. Bro was doing the McGriddle. Well, at least Gesicki scored before awkwardly attempting this dance from Temu, unlike Deshaun Jackson.
Bond had 3 catches last week. Good, tough third down receiver.
McNabb loading up deep for Deshaun Jackson. He hauled it in. Oh, wow. Did he get over the goal line? Did he get over the goal line? Yes, he did. Touchdown.
Good question. If you rewind the footage, you can clearly see that dude dropped the ball early, so you know it's coming back. Never celebrate too early, kids, which is something the Bengals' Tiger Mom evidently never taught them.
49-yard attack for the win. McPherson's kick is off the upright.
Man, that's just demoralizing. Like watching Tom Brady trying to pull off the Philly special.
Take his spot, puts his spot, number 13. Meanwhile, 3rd down and 5 here. And now you got it flip back here to Danny and throws, and it's Brady.
It was at this moment that Tom knew he just made a fool out of himself. But at least it wasn't as bad as Dak Prescott with the worst clock management in NFL history. 14 seconds left, no timeouts, and down by 6. With their playoff hopes at stake, the Cowboys needed a touchdown. The one thing they cannot do is stay in bounds at this point. So it's all about primetime Dak to take a deep shot, right?
Back here, Prescott takes off running the football. Whoa, I don't think this is going to work out.
Wait a second, the clock is still running. Everything is just a mess at this point. And unsurprisingly, refs called the game and just dipped. And this was the moment where Cowboys fans were convinced that the cycle is true. But that's not as embarrassing as losing a game on a Hail Mary. With 13 seconds left in the 4th, the Jets decided to call a blitz, which turned out to be a big mistake.
Jets coming. Card, put some air under it. Wide open is Ruggs for the touchdown.
The Jets are the Jets for this reason. Just like there's a reason Dan Orlovsky isn't playing football anymore and now makes bad calls off the field for ESPN instead.
Here comes Jared Allen, and he's out of bounds. Poor guy, I don't even know if he realized it.
And this moment was so embarrassing, it haunted Dan for years. So when another QB like Jimmy Garoppolo similarly stepped out of bounds in the end zone, Dan did not hesitate to hop on Twitter to get off the hook and pass the heat off to Jimmy G. But at least he didn't run into the back of his own offensive lineman and fumble the ball, like Mark Sanchez.
Then at Indianapolis, the offensive coordinator got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit, the ball is loose, and it's alive.
This was not what the coach meant by finding a hole in the pocket. I mean, what is this? A highlight reel of the Jets' greatest moments? Now that's just embarrassing. Want to know what else is embarrassing? If you came this far into the video without hitting that like button, so go ahead and make sure you do that. And while you're at it, make sure you hit that subscribe button too. Now, you want to stick around for these last 10 embarrassing moments because these are about to get absolutely wild. Starting with the Vikings here, in which the entire organization gets embarrassed. You've got to be a special kind of stupid to get arrested during your week off. This is exactly what happened to no less than 17 members of the 05 Viking squad after they chartered a pair of boats on Lake Minnetonka, and all kinds of debauchery ensued. According to various news reports, as many as 100 local and flown-in women of the night from various states were present, as were plenty of toys, KY jelly, and handy wipes.
Sounds like a typical Tuesday night at my place. These girls, of course they were strippers. Let's be honest about this, all right? They were strippers. They were working girls.
However, things were beginning to spiral out of control even before the boat party kicked off, as the police were called by a local in the area after a few players urinated in a neighbor's yard near the dock. The alleged party mastermind was cornerback Fred Smoot, who brought everyone and the handy wipes together, hence the name Smoot Boat Scandal. He did have some help though, including from defensive end Lance Johnston, who used his credit card to put down a security deposit on one of the boats, and QB Dante Culpepper, who was a big fan of the naked ladies. In the end, a few players got slapped with misdemeanor charges for acts of public indecency, but nothing more. And Vikings owner Ziggy Wilf came out with a statement saying such a lack of discipline will not be tolerated any longer. One former Vikings player, speaking anonymously, said this wasn't the first time such an incident happened, and it probably wasn't the last either. Speaking of incidents, this botched special teams play may be the worst ever.
A 42-yard attempt by your Premier. Snap, set down, the kick is blocked, rolling loose on the field. It is picked up by Garrow. He tries to throw a pass, deflected in the air, grabbed by Bass, 40.
My dog can throw a better pass than that, and he's got no thumbs. But at least Garrow wasn't on the brink of getting canceled, like Tony Romo, who almost pissed off the NAACP during the AFC Championship.
The extra yards, the tough yards, the finish on the play. Right there, you got three. And you talked about it. This is the best tackling team. They don't miss.
Tony risked being canceled quicker than a YouTube premium subscription before the free trial ends. People would have been as mad at him as at a field goal kicker who ended up being the most hated man in New Orleans.
Throws it over to Michael Lewis. Back to McAllister. Still alive. And they got it. Jerome Payton with the catch. And he dives into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the Saints just pulled off a miraculous multilateral play to tie the game, it was then time for the extra point for the win. Until...
No! He missed the extra point wide right. Oh my God, how could he do that?
Bro, you know the announcer had some money on the game. Dude just expressed how every Saints fan must have felt inside. However, dropping a routine pass when your team is about to go 0-16 on the season is even worse.
Coleman in the backfield. Kaiser under pressure. Somehow escapes. Kaiser's pass is incomplete.
That's pretty much the saddest play I've ever seen. That's almost as bad as getting headbutted by the kicking net.
To Odell and calming him down. I'm sitting here watching him pace up and down this sideline, but something that did happen this time around.
Like most of Odell's highlights, that's a play only he could make. Odell was so embarrassed after getting bodied by an inanimate object on live TV that in another game when he scored a touchdown, he made a public apology to the net. But things got weird when in the next game, he started making out with the net. And you knew the two were serious, when in another game, OBJ proposed to the net. Alright, this just went from embarrassing to heartfelt to weird real quick. But at least they're on good terms, unlike other objects on the field where even the Gatorade is out to get you.
Kick that drives Macklin back to the 31. He gets it on the bounce. Spins out of a tackle. Macklin gets a block. It's off the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
You know, the real loser here is the person that had to clean this up. Macklin quickly cooled off, just like Aaron Rodgers' Jets debut.
Protection breaks down and time runs out. Down goes Rodgers and the sack for Leonard Floyd. New this year, and after spending 3 years with the Rams, the former first-round pick of the Bears, and now Rodgers sits down.
Rodgers' first season on Gang Green was quicker than a New York Minute. Now, this injury was pretty bad, taking him out of the entire season, but that did not stop the internet from clowning him like people posting his Jets season highlights. That's a tragedy almost as big as Jim Marshall running the wrong way and scoring on his own team. The look on the faces of Jim's teammates says more than I ever could. They're like, bro, why? What could possibly be more embarrassing than this?
Mac Hollins out on defense. He's all the way back. Stevenson
is anyone going to
is inside the 30, flips it back. Stanford band nowhere in sight.
Uh-oh.
It's picked off. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
Oh, wow. Incredible. Chandler Jones takes it in and wins the game for the Raiders.
The answer is a stiff arm so nasty that it was the beginning of the end for Mac Jones as a Patriot. After watching this, the only logical explanation is that Jacoby Myers is a time traveler who already knew he was going to be on the Raiders the following season, so he thought he would get a head start by helping his new team by laddering the ball to them for the dub. Mac Jones did exactly what was asked of him on this play, yet he still ate a mouthful of fist, some dirt for dessert, and eventually he got traded off the team for his trouble. And it's pretty embarrassing that the Patriots did this, because they're usually known for some of the smartest plays in NFL history. And in this next video, you'll see plays where a man was so smart he turned invisible, and another smart play where Lamar Jackson played another position besides running back. And there was even a play where a coach was so smart he sabotaged an entire team. So it'd be smart of you right now to click on this video right here. So just go ahead and do it. It's just one little finger motion. You don't want to miss this. I'll see you there in a few seconds.